Alright gang, here we are again today. We're going to learn how to properly play open chords on the acoustic guitar. This video is to support the ebook that you can purchase at YourGuitarSage.com. So, let's get into it. So, what's an open chord? An open chord is those chords that we can play without barring our fingers. So you might have heard of bar chords before. Bar chords are chords that we can lay our first finger down here and just play up the neck like this. Basically our first finger is taking place of the nut. This is called the nut. And so if I played an E chord, I'd play it like that, and so on. Okay. Now, bar chords are a little bit more of an advanced type of technique. So we're just going to talk about open chords today. The great thing about open chords is that if you've got a capo and you know your basic open chords, it's really about 10 of them or so. If you know those, you can play millions of songs. And on YourGuitarSage.com, I've got a place there where you can download all sorts of charts for all sorts of songs that are out there that will help with your playing. And the only thing you really need is a capo and the knowledge of some open chords. So let's go into the technique here. So an open chord are those chords where we have some open notes playing. So for instance, an E minor chord. An E minor chord, I'm fingering these two notes, but the rest of them, those notes are played open. That's why we call it an open chord. Other open chords, a D, a C, a G, A minor, A, E. So there's a few of them out there that we would use a lot. But here's the technique, the way that you want to approach the guitar when you're playing an open chord. And open chords are typically the most frustrating thing in the beginning as a player, because you can't get all the notes out and you're seeing your fingers down there playing, but you're not hearing all the notes. So here's a few things that I want you to think about when playing. The first thing is, when you're playing your chords in the beginning, I want you to arpeggiate through the chords slowly. So an arpeggio is when you, instead of strumming the chord, you slowly go through each note. Now the reason that we do that is because if I'm just strumming like this, it sounds pretty good, but then if I analyze it here with an arpeggio, so I've got two notes that are not even sounding because of my technique. Okay, so arpeggiating allows us to hear it. Now, in order to fix that, what you want to do is you want to have curl to your knuckles, to this last knuckle right here, not this one but this one, mainly. Okay, you can drop your shoulder, get your hand out front, all those techniques that sometimes you'll hear people say, but ultimately, if you provide some curl to that top knuckle, you'll get what you're looking for, which is clearance. You want clearance underneath here, so that your finger, say if this finger's playing here, it's not laying on top of that string. That's what you don't want. So then you get nice, clear chords. And basically, the way your brain works is when you play a chord and you mess up and you take note of it by doing this arpeggio and you adjust, your brain takes another note, and then eventually it'll take enough notes to where you'll just grab the chords correctly every time, and you won't have to arpeggiate through them. You can just strum like you normally would. Okay? So, there you have it.